What if Deku used the three-sword style? Part 3. Sorry if this video is only 10 minutes long when it should be probably 25. I've been grinding Terraria on my Switch, so this video is not going to be that long because I've already spent 15 hours on it and I've only had it for 3 days because I'm a grinder. But so I'm sorry that this video is a lot shorter than it should be. Now, where I left off, Izuku, Izumi, and Bakugo were about to fight All Might in the final exam, as they already did the written portion of it, as they are now going to be doing the final exam, and if they lose this, they will be having to do hero classes for summer school. All of them line up at the starting line as Nezu fires off a flare and yells, "Go!" The three of them run in, with Izuku going into the alleyways. He knew what Izumi and Bakugo were about to run into. He used, He used observation haki to see what was about to happen, as he sees All Might jump down from a building and immediately grab both of Izumi and Bakugo's heads and slam them together, effectively knocking them both out. 5 seconds later, what he envisioned happened, as All Might yells, "Come out, Izuku, I know you're here!" As Izuku walks out and says, well, All Might, you were able to defeat Izumi and Bakugo, what half the class thinks is the strongest students here, when in reality, I can easily beat you. As Izuku walks up to All Might, slowly taking out all three of his swords in a very threatening way. All Might starts to get scared. He starts to have a tiny bit of fear inside of him. Izuku somehow is able to see this fear. And almost in an instant, Izuku takes one step, and his eyes, something changes about them as his eyes flare, and All Might immediately gets shocked, dazed, and then collapses. As Izuku just thinks to himself, so this was what Zoro taught me about. A strange third type of haki that Luffy had. Conqueror's haki. Haki? That doesn't matter. Well, I beat All Might just because he feared me. So probably if people are scared of me, I can easily do that. Or I can make them scared of me. Interesting. As Izuku walks up to All Might, taps him with his sword, and just lifts up one of his swords, declaring he has won. Izuku then picks up both Izumi and Bakugo and carries them out of the arena, as the entire class and teachers are completely shocked. Izuku didn't even touch All Might. He didn't even lay a finger on him, and yet with one single step, All Might collapsed. As they were thinking, could this have been an outside force or something? As Izuku walks in, and they all start to ask him, "Dude, how'd you do that? How are you that strong?" Izuku just says, "It's a new power I just unlocked. It's called Conqueror's haki. So basically, if you're scared of me, I can easily knock you out. So I suggest you don't have your fears run wild if we ever fight." As they all just think for a second, how could you not fear him? He's a 3-sword wielding kid that has shown absolute power and defeated what was once the strongest person on Earth. So Izuku ends up passing, while Izumi and Bakugo don't, because they were easily knocked out because of their ignorance. As 3 weeks pass, and they all hop on a bus to the summer training camp. They all arrive at the training camp as the Wild Pussycats end up telling them exactly what to do and how to get all the way to the training center. While the landslide happens, all the students fall down as Izuku watches as the bus disappears, and they say, "So we have to leave, huh?" As Izuku says, "The training camp should be that way." As they all nod and start walking that way, only to realize Izuku wasn't following them. They turn back to see Izuku climbing up the slope where the landslide happened. They ask Izuku what he's doing, and he just says, "Come on, this is the easiest way. I'm just climbing up a slope." As the rest of the class tries to do it, only to immediately fall and slide back down. Izuku gets up to the road and immediately starts running along, seeing the bus in the distance. Izuku follows that bus until he gets to the training camp right behind it, as the teachers fill out of the bus as they see Izuku running behind the bus. As Aizawa says, "I thought you were down on the landslide." Izuku just laughs and says, "You really think a slope can keep me down there? That was nothing. I used to have to climb with absolutely no gear, and it was the slipperiest mountains you could find. That was very easy." As Aizawa says, "But where are the others? They could have made it too, right?" Izuku just laughs and says, "No, I bet they're still trying to climb that thing. It'll be at least 5 more hours until they get back." As Aizawa just, it's like, it's 5 p.m. right now. They're barely gonna get back before 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. I'm such an idiot. As 6 hours pass and it's 11 p.m., no sign of them. It's 12 a.m. and they just start to arrive. Bakugo and Izumi immediately run towards Izuku and say, "What the hell, Izuku? You could have at least helped us climb that mountain." As Izuku just laughs and says, "Well, I mean, you guys both bullied me when I was announced quirkless, so why the hell would I help something so useless?" As both of them get mad and go for a punch with Izuku, who easily dodges, and he once again brings it up. "Hey, Bakugo, you're gonna be a big brother soon." As Bakugo immediately gets mad again, as the class who forgot what happened immediately remembers, "Oh yeah, didn't Izuku do Bakugo's mom? Oh yeah." As the class just starts laughing, and Izuku just says, "I mean, you guys were both rude to me, and you started doing my sister, so I just do one better, and do your mom. I can technically be your stepfather in a couple years, so I suggest you start being nicer to me." As the training commences, with all of them end up going to bed, as it was already the next day at 12 a.m. The next day arrives, and they continue to train. They train for many days until one fateful day they decide to do hide and seek, where it just so happens they get attacked by villains. Izuku remembers the kid that kicked him in the legs as he runs out to a cliff where he sees Koda with Muscular fighting. Izuku jumps down and immediately uses his sword with a blind spot to Muscular, and it swiftly and easily chops Muscular's head off. Right before this, however, Muscular saw Izuku coming and put as much muscle on his neck as possible, but Izuku, seeing this, put Armament Haki on his sword and slashed very cleanly right through his head, as Izuku just says, "Koda, we have to run. It's being attacked by villains." As Koda just says, "Okay." As Izuku takes Koda back to the main facility, as Izuku sees the teachers being surrounded by two villains, being Magni and Spinner. Izuku throws one sword right at Spinner's sword, as Izuku's sword hits right in the same right in just an amazing spot as the entire sword collapse and shatter as Izuku picks up his sword, and immediately stabs Skinner in one swift motion, knocking Skinner out from the pain. Next, it was Magni, who Izuku threw a sword right at as it went right by Magni's neck and hit into a tree, as Magni just said, okay, I don't want to become like Spinner over there. As they both get arrested, Izuku runs out trying to find more villains as he sees a portal with Bakugo and Todoroki going through, being held by Dabi. And that's where I'm going to leave it off, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. What if Deku used the three-sword style? Thank you all for watching once again, and goodbye.